Hi everyone, my name is Charlotte and this video is going to be how to do a closing from IEP sign. So you've got them all the way to IPE signed, but they said, this program's not working for me. I need to go ahead and exit out. So let's go ahead and find a good person. So I have someone, and it's Mara Skywalker. There she is, and she's 670 days in IPE signed. Yes, so we need to pay some attention here. So I'm going to go to report. Sorry, I do that every time. I'm going to go to files, open clients. So what's interesting about IPE signed? So in IPE, you've already given this person some services, and you've probably had some expenses. So I always like to do, once I'm in IPE signed, I like to do a little bit of looking around before I actually do the closure. So what I'm going to look at for Mara is I'm going to look at the expenses and see that I have an expense or not an expense over there. I do see that I have expenses. I can look through my files. Do I have any additional expenses? No. Okay, I'm going to actually go look at the IPE. And when I look at the IPE, I'm going to see if I gave services. So the way you can tell you gave a service and the way you record a service in this software is you create the service in the IPE, and I'll do a video on creating IPEs and putting services in IPEs. But what happens once the IPE is signed, you get this page, and then you can highlight each one of the services, and let's just highlight VR and counseling. And I put these little check marks here to say, yeah, I did give that service. But let's say you did not give the service in 2023. You can take it off, and this T becomes an F, and then the software knows, hey, they only gave counseling guidance for the first year, 2022. So what is giving a service? Giving a service is actually if you just spent $1 or a penny on that person, or you spent time in that service with them. So if you just spent some time in that service or you spent some money in that service, make sure you're marking it off. And so we definitely gave them guidance in 2023. Going to mark it off. I'm going to update services. So I did two things. I made sure my services were up to date, that I did give them, and I also made sure that if I had any expenses that I recorded them at that time. All right. So now I'm actually going to go to the place where we close it, which is in progress. So as we move people through the progress trail, this is where it all happens. So, and you can kind of see what's gone on with her. Like, she had an application on file, then they were determined eligible. We opened the case up immediately. We started working on the IPE. We got it signed. Then something happened and we had to revise the IPE, and I can talk about that. And then it goes to pending and signed, and that happens a little bit. Well, I'll do a whole thing on IPEs and IPE services. Okay, so what I need to do now is a new stage, because I'm ready to close this. And I'm going to go ahead and do it for 2023. And I am going to say that it's a closure pending. It wants to go to outcome record. Now, if I had no expense in here, I didn't have that book, closure comments, no longer interested. If I did not have an expense in there, it would have cued me to put an expense in there. And the closure reason, where is the one? Does not require service. I've been really picking that one because it's easy. If you had an attachment, you can right click here and make an attachment. Submit. It'll all go purple. Give it a sec. Return back to progress. Submit. I'm doing that right click submit. Right, there's a lot of that right clicking, tab, and right clicking. Right click, new stage. Same day. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be official. I'm going to close them. And we're going to do case closed. I don't have anything. I'm not missing anything. Submit. It'll pop over to another screen. You don't really need to do anything here except let it do its work. And I know I've talked about this in the other videos during this closing session. As it's closing, you really just want to let it do its complete work of data transfer to the server. You know, it's kind of like making decisions. It's moving them out of all clients. It's saying that they have been closed. You know, all these reports that are associated with all the pieces. They had their IPE. They had some services. So all of that is being looked at this point. And again, as soon as this report is done, it will go right into open clients and you won't be able to find Mara in there. So that will happen here. I feel like it's going to happen any second. I probably jinxed myself. Time to go get a cup of coffee, enjoy the day, be grateful. I feel like as soon as I start talking, it's going to go ahead and just be finished and we can, oh, and there it is. It's finished. And you'll see that we won't be able to see Mara in here any longer. There's all the Skywalkers, Luke and Anakin. I'm in open clients. She is obviously still in all clients. Okay, so now I'm going to go home, home. And really that's it. That's all there is to closing a participant from IPE to closure. All right, have a great day.